Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for Opportunity Days brought to you by the Ohio Federal Research Network, managed by Parallax Advanced Research in collaboration with Ohio State University, funded by the Ohio Department of Education. Here's our agenda today. You've just been networking. Thanks so much for joining. I'm going to give you an overview of the Ohio Federal Research Network program, and then we're going to hear from two amazing speakers today, Dr. Michael Gregg from Air Force Research Labs and Dr. John Leckie from NASA. And then we'll give you an opportunity to have some Q&A with them. We're going to then go over some opportunities that we've researched that we think you'll have a lot of interest in. And then the last hour of the day, or the last hour this morning, we're going to give you an opportunity to take a deep dive and to go into booths and really have rich discussions with colleagues about these opportunities. I'm Karen Posey, advisor to Parallax Advanced Research, supporting the Ohio Federal Research Network, and I'm today's MC. And I'm founder of KP Strategies, a management consulting firm. I want to do a quick shout out and thank you first and foremost to the Parallax team, Matt Bush, Becky Mesher, Jess Pacheco, Emma Warner, Meredith Broomfield, as well as you're going to meet a lot of event volunteers that do a lot of work behind the scenes with the Ohio Federal Research Network. That's Mark Bartman, Chris Mather, Elise Ball, Matt Apanis, Dr. Jocelyn Harrison, Dr. Scott Peterson, Bill Mahoney, Jeff Banker, Matthew Miller, and Marty Kress. So let's talk about the goals for today. In a nutshell, what we want to do is help Ohio industry and academia win new R&D business and funding. And what would be a huge win for us today is if a lot of you had 1 to 2 opportunities that you really wanted help pursuing. OFRN, which is Ohio Federal Research Network, is here to help you do that and help you lead those proposals. So I want to go over a few event features and logistics so you just know how to maneuver around today. So first and foremost, technical issues. We have a dedicated technical support team. You'll see the platform chat, Emma Warner and Jessica Pacheco, who are labeled as event managers under the people feature, will moderate the chat. So feel free to reach out to us with your questions. When you've entered today, you will have seen 4 tabs: reception, session, lounge, and booths. Reception is a virtual navigation screen from where you can navigate to all the areas and features of the event platform, including sessions, lounges, and booths. Sessions is where you're right now, and you'll find the presenters. Throughout the session, if you have questions or comments for presenters, please use the Q&A feature as opposed to the chat feature to ensure the questions are answered. Also, please review submitted Q&As and use the upvotes for the ones you're most interested in. Also, please feel free to use the raised hand feature. We'll unmute you and bring you into the video. We'll bring your video up so that you can ask your question. If you're unable to get a question answered today, no worries. We will follow up with that answer to your question via email. You will also see a poll conducted towards the end of the event today. We would love to have you give us your feedback, because really that's going to guide us as we move forward for future events. Booths is where the final session is going to be today. And in the booths, this is where I mentioned earlier that you'll have the opportunity to really collaborate with folks. We're going to have 2 booths, one for advanced manufacturing and materials, and the other for sensors and electronics. So you can just come in, jump at a table, and we'll have facilitators there to help guide the discussion. We hope you find the lounge and booth features useful to connect with potential colleagues that really can help you build synergies and opportunities so that we can see where we can help you move the ball forward. And we really appreciate all the your attendance today and the value hopefully that you'll gain from these booths. So now, without further ado, let me share an update on OFRN. I'm going to give you a little history. OFRN, OFRN stands for Ohio Federal Research Network. We have had 4 rounds to date. We just started our 5th round, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But we've received almost $52 million of state funding from 2017 to 2021. We have 5 amazing federal partners in Ohio: Air Force Research Labs, NASA, NAMRUD, NASIC, as well as the Ohio National Guard. And where we focus is on that between the 6.2 and 6.4 research. Oops, sorry about that. We have, so far to date, this is the 5th round. We just awarded early this year, and there are 7 companies that have been awarded. And what you'll notice about this is we have, for every awardee, what's really important to the OFRN, what's been our success, I should say, is the fact that we always have 2 universities teamed with an industry, and we also have a federal partner aligned to that. So what you'll see here is, of the 7 teams that have won, we've got AFRL involved and NASA and NAMRUD in one of these, AFRL and then NASA and just various other, partners along the way. And what you'll also notice, as I mentioned, the 2 universities and 1 industry involved. So these are the folks, these are the various teams that have been involved. So let's talk about the program impact that we've had. Rounds 1 through 4, as I mentioned, we just kicked off round 5. So we've had tremendous collaboration. We've got 21 academic partners, 96 business partners. We've had 10 new companies started out of the Ohio Federal Research Network. We've had $350 million in proposal pipeline, $200 million that has been awarded to industry and universities, and $41 million in industry-sponsored research as follow-on. As we look at, the impact that the Ohio Federal Research Network has had on sitters and sitters, we start working with these teams. There's so much opportunity to take what they've done with Ohio Federal Research Network and then go after SIVR and sitter awards. When you look at what's been achieved in each of the rounds, it's really been amazing. In round 4, the success, the 6.2 additional $1 million that have been achieved was really driven by Agility Prime and Apex Navigation and Outreach. So we have teams here to help to win. This is just in addition to the OFRN money. These companies have won this additional funding in each of these rounds through working with the Ohio Federal Research Network and Apex. When you look at also the spin-out opportunities that have happened from this, it's really been amazing. When you look at, first of all, what I want to note is all the various agencies that have been involved. You've got, Air Force, Army, DARPA, DOE, IARPA, NASA, Navy, NSF, SBA. I mean, it's been amazing. $167 million. And this is just rounds 1 through 4, the companies that were involved, the teams, what they've achieved. And then you look at the actual company spinouts. Tangram Flex, $143 million. And that was a lot of you probably saw that announcement. That was GAWA, as well as some other opportunities in Dayton. So now what I'd like to do is I want to introduce our next speaker. And before I do, I would like to ask that everybody hold their questions until 9:45 time slot, where we have designated Q&A for both our speakers. So